everyone and welcome to my reaction to Solo Leveling episode 2. Last week someone said that they should have really put like the first 2 episodes together, and I think that would have been kind of a brilliant move, but it's not always possible. And the cliffhanger was very, intriguing. So we're gonna jump straight into it today because I really want to know what happens and what approach the story is gonna take, because we know the MC's not gonna die. It's very rare, not impossible, but it's very rare for an anime to just kill off MCs. I'm currently thinking of one that really hurt my soul. I was like, no, you can't kill him, he's the... And then it turns out he wasn't really the MC. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil anything though, so let's not say the anime name, but you know. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to say before we get started. So this is my anime list if you guys want to see what anime I'm watching, blah, blah, blah. So I have seen, because I was adding this to my anime list, I did see this and something more than that, like not a spoiler or anything, but just a list of characters, and that you see I don't know what you call this, the promo art, the poster. Do you see? So it made me think something, but I'm not sure, so I just wanted to point that out. More than that I won't say, but me trying to think what you mean. I think it's the show you don't like, Cherry. Yesterday we mentioned it. I think Tiago mentioned it when we were talking about shows that I like that you don't like, and shows that other people like that others don't like. And yeah, because I decided that I'm not going to be reacting to Eminence on my Patreon anymore. I'll just watch it in my own time. And then we were talking about shows that, like, I love Frieren, Modri doesn't love Frieren. I like Gurren Lagann, Cherry doesn't like Gurren Lagann. I like Monster, Cherry doesn't like Monster. Sotos, I almost said Usopp. Sotos likes Mushoku Tensei, but there are Tiago, Modri doesn't like Mushoku Tensei. It's just like opinions are, different. Taste is different, so we enjoy different shows. Anyway, let's jump in to Solo Leveling. Hopefully, I mean, the first episode was already a good start, so, but hopefully I like it a lot going forward. Reverse isekai for the win! Oh, and where's the mouse? My mouse is gone! Well, that's a problem. That's a freaking genius time to die. Oh, wow. It's dead, as in dead. Not even enough battery to tell me it's red. Oh, my God. Okay, I guess I'll just have to keep... I can pause and play with this, so... I mean, we knew what was gonna happen. Everyone knew except him. I thought it was the MC, I guess. Such speed. I can't even see him anymore. Yeah, you have to, like, bow to it, I guess. Revere God. So, like, I don't know. Revere. How do you revere something? I'm laughing at what's... What's the second commandment again? Yeebajibis. Second commandment! Second commandment!
本当にこれで終わりなのか。助かったの。やったぞ。いや、まだ。終わりじゃなかったのかよ。ソン君、次は。ありませんよ。
Second commandment!
二つ目は神をたたえよ。
Taleme has a nice smile! I like your crown! What a big foot you have! Praise him! Nice hair, dude! For fuck's sake. I would be so stressed out. No, no. He's going all Aaron on them! People got mad last time when I made Aaron jokes. I hope he had insurance. Maybe that's a clue. How does Satan want to be praised? Sacrifice a baby, someone. That was a bad joke. I apologize. I did actually though recently read that there are rituals for that. So, you know, just in case you want to save the greater good. And, Mother! But the voice is an instrument? Oh. He's so much better than dodging! But that's because of all the practice he's had. Good job! Wait, is his legs gone? His legs are gone. He's not that much better at dodging. But she can still heal him. He still has knees? Oh, only one leg. Jesus. What's the third commandment? That's a fucked up thing to say. You all voted for this. He, as a leader, he gave you guys the choice. You went with, let's go with one extra guy says yes, so majority rules. No. No, any one of you could have put up more of a fight. Because a true leader would take responsibility, but as someone that is outside of the story, I don't think it was his responsibility. His responsibility is just to be like, okay, what do you say? What do you say? Okay, you take a vote. And then they took the vote. If they had voted no and he went, let's go anyway, I'm the leader, I have 2 votes, then he fucked up. Then I could blame him. But sure, yes, a true leader would probably take responsibility for this, but still, I don't think personally. Oh, someone's gonna have to pull a baby out of their butt. Oh no. Oh, and then he's gonna sacrifice himself, then he's gotta get insane powers. I'm calling it. Because obviously the weakest guy or the leader would sacrifice himself. But the question has been, since the end of the last episode, how is he going to become the MC as an E rank character? This seems to be a pretty obvious. Cherry says sacrifice Kim, y'all. It's for the greater good. Well, he is basically a baby. I agree. I agree. Blood. Oh, we have to stand around it? Wait. I'll read that about there was a Cosmopolitan article about this. Wait. You had to look into a mirror. There was a Cosmo article about the sacrificing. You have to look into a mirror, and then does anyone see a mirror around here? Oh, so that's how that works. Okay, see, the Cosmo article didn't have anything about blue flames of light coming from under the ground. So I don't know what to do from here. Man, he's gotten you this far, so trust him. You'll be sorry. He can't run, he's got no foot. Yeah, he's a good leader. I know there's gonna be a lot of people mad that we're shouting at Kim and this and that, but it's a show. He's not a real. We understand fear is an overwhelming thing. We don't know what we do in the situation, but this is an anime, and we're gonna give in to our feelings and scream at the guy that is screaming at everyone else. That's how he's gonna get his power. Do the chop! He is a great leader. No matter what Kim said.
せめて一体くらい道連れにしてやれ。
Get on the pedestal thing, the altar.
これまでやってきた。ふざけるな、ふざけるな。俺だってもっと強くなりたかった。それでも俺は俺なりに頑張ってここまで生きてきたんだ。
You are a good boy.
なのみんな同じなのに。
You tell him in your mind.
どうかしてるだけじゃないか。
Yes!
感謝の言葉だって上っ面だ。だって家族がいる。俺だって生きて帰りたい。
Holy.
死ぬのが俺一人でよかった。嫌だ。死にたくない。
And he will. Oh? You have acquired the qualification to be a player. Will you accept? The secret quest of the courage of the weak. Your heart will stop in 0. You have... Yes. Boop! Oh, that's the ending song. I was thinking what's happening. Wow, that was such a good ending. All the blood and the guts and... I mean... I'm kind of used to it from Attack on Titan and whatnot, you know, seeing people's limbs flying. I don't watch real live shows that have the similar things, because it's easier to handle when it's animated, but it's still not easy. Man, oh man. The very first comment is deleted because probably it was spoilery. The downside of watching ongoing anime is not being able to binge. The wait felt so long this past week. So I will just use this moment to kind of share what something I learned this week. I think it might have been the night before last. Cosmo recently covered the story of a woman who performed a satanic abortion ceremony after receiving pills from Samuel Alito's mom's abortion clinic run by the Satanic Temple. So this is from Cosmo. I was making jokes because this is what I read in the past week and I was shocked because, I mean, who hasn't bought Cosmo magazines in their lives? And this is, so that is from Cosmopolitan. If it's wrong, please let me know. I didn't actually go check. This was screenshots from their Instagram. Patients of all faiths are welcome at Samuel Alito's mom's Satanic Abortion Clinic in New Mexico. Along with medical counsel, TST offers free ceremonial support to everyone. Abortion ceremonies are totally optional and customizable. Here is a simple one TST recommends. First, find a quiet space, bring a mirror if you can. Just before taking the medication, gaze at your reflection and focus on your personhood. Home in on your intent and your responsibility to you. So this is actually a satanic practice. Because when he said a devil... like, instead of a god, I was like thinking, okay, so what do you do if this god is actually devil? What would you sacrifice? So bad, it's not funny. But in this moment, it just felt what I read was relevant. So immediately before taking the medication to terminate your pregnancy, look at your reflection to be reminded of your personhood and responsibility to yourself. Focus on your intent, take deep breaths, and make yourself comfortable. When ready, read the third tenet aloud to begin the ritual. After swallowing the medication, take another deep breath and recite the fifth tenet. I don't even want to read the tenets because it makes me feel nauseous on the inside. After you have passed the embryo, return to your reflection and recite the personal affirmation. Feel doubts dissipating and your confidence growing as you have just undertaken a decision that affirms your autonomy and free will. The religious abortion ritual is now complete. So, yeah, that's a thing. And this is not my... I sent this to someone and I said, that I'm not saying I can't sympathize with a woman who is in an abusive relationship or a woman who has no support, who is pregnant and scared, but this goes beyond that, because this is not a conversation about that. It's a conversation about Satanism becoming more mainstream. It's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a religious person in any sense, but it's curious the kind of things that have been popping up in society recently, isn't it? Like the whole, I don't know if you guys heard about the whole Balenciaga situation where like there was this $1 million campaign with photos being taken and everything, and then there was the children and the 6 bears, and there was the tape in the background that didn't say Balenciaga, it said Balenciaga, and Bal means Satan. And I mean, this is a $1 million campaign. They have people looking over for mistakes, so it wasn't just a printing error. So there's all these interesting conspiracies, and then I read about stuff like that being printed by Cosmo, and I'm thinking to myself, interesting. So, sorry, it's not relevant to the story. I just thought that this would be an interesting time to bring it up since I did read about it. If I wanted to commune with that sounds like too much work. If I wanted to commune with the devil, I would just call my cable company. Anyway, this was quite insane, quite gory, very sad, but because, an MC can't be powerless so I was expecting, okay, from the beginning, he's an E rank. How is he going to get his power? What's he going to have to do? What's going to be his trump card or whatever you would call it? So the moment that they were talking about a sacrifice, I was thinking that somehow with this whole situation, it just seems like it's building up to, So that's why I knew from the beginning, like, if anyone's going to end up on that pedestal altar thing, it's going to be him. But how it happened, that was rough, because one by one, and once again, I'd like to emphasize, I totally understand people's fear and people this and that, but and we don't know if we would have been if we were in their shoes, would we do the same thing? We don't know. But if I did do the same thing, I would ask, yes, please shout at me. That's a terrible thing. I regardless of whether or not it's understandable, it's you're this guy got you this far. The only reason you're alive is because of what he told you to do. When he said bow your heads, you bowed your heads. When he said run to the ones with the instruments, you ran to the ones with the instruments. He took the girl there and then kept running to his own place. He didn't push her and say, okay, you go to that one, go to that one. The weakest guy did that. And now you want me to feel sorry for because I know there's always people that do this and they're like, oh, but you don't understand. You would do the same thing. And I'm like, and then I would suck. Because this guy got them this far when he said they need a sacrifice. Oh, they were all too happy to sacrifice the leader guy. None of them said, oh, maybe there's another way. No. Then he said, okay, sacrifice. Yes, you go. And they listened to him up to the point when I bet they're dead. No, probably not. Because the girl and the leader guy also got out. But they will live the rest of their lives feeling like tiny cockroaches. Even cockroaches have more self-respect than they will have for the rest of their lives. The ones that were like, blip, blip, I'm scared, I run away. I don't know. You know, the most relatable thing? How he felt about them afterwards. You know what's funny? When in the first episode you asked what this weak dude can do if you let him vote and everything goes wrong, and he actually carried them all. That's not really a haha got you moment in my opinion, because half the people are already dead and he's just lucky that he's not dead and he's the MC and he gets to get amazing powers and continue the story. He didn't carry them all. He got some of them out alive because they listened to him. Sure, he figured out the whole but I bet if he got another choice and he got the chance to go back in time and vote again, I don't think he would choose to go. Unless, he gets his power now and he really likes it and then he'd be like, oh yeah, let's do it. But I'm just saying, to me, that's not really a haha kind of moment, because but a bunch of people died. And the sad thing is, some of the people who died voted not to go, and yet they went because he voted to go, and the others. That's why the whole democracy conversation was kind of quite funny, because why should I be controlled by a party that one extra person voted for? Why should I? Because now you're part of this group. You can't just split off and do your own thing, because that comes with, like, because then the party that chooses to go, you chose to be part of this party, so you have to listen to them. You have to go with the majority. But the majority doesn't always know better. But you can't just not be a part of them, because you can't just join a group and say, as long as it's convenient for me, because that's also not how it works. So it's a whole difficult conversation. That thank you was completely bullshit. I was raging when he said it. Yeah, like he said, it was superficial. But I don't think I need to add on to it. I think the MC said how we all felt. So that's why I said, yeah, you tell him. I don't know. Soto's already said 10 out of 10. Vasily said 10 out of 10. If the first and second one aired together, I feel like I might have given it a 10 out of 10. Just for the overall flow. But I just don't want to be one of those people that are like, oh, a lot of blood and gore and screaming, 10 out of 10, you know? I need to see where it goes. Yeah, I'm more like where Modri is, maybe like a 9.4-ish, I think. Really would have benefited from 1 and 2 together. I agree. Antonio, 10 out of 10. Vero-chan, 9.5. So I don't think it was perfect. I'm going to go with Modri and say 9.4. I kind of wanted episode 1 and 2 together as well. The episode felt small, but I feel like that because I want to watch more. I think most people felt like that. I mean, I, as a non-manga reader, felt that. Not a light novel, manhwa reader. Manhwa reader said that they should have done 1 and 2 together. So I think that's just... But I guess it's just not always possible. Last week for the first episode, I was hoping that it would end at that creepy smile. Oh, are you... do you read the manhwa? Yeah, it's a strong start. It depends. It's not just that, okay, you know, you have some stuff that do certain things just for shock value, and you're like, ugh, come on. Like JoJo sometimes with all the killing of animals. I love JoJo's, but sometimes I have to skip through parts because, like, you can't just get me riled up by killing off a couple of animals for no fucking reason and then moving on with the story. Like, it has to mean something. And I'm guessing that this it has obviously it has a larger meaning in the story. They're not just killing off an animal randomly for shock value. But this is only the beginning, so it's like, because of other shows having done similar things, I'm still kind of like, as a non-manhwa reader, I'm just wondering, like, I hope they don't just do this because, like, I don't want people's limbs to be flying off every other. I hope there's other stuff too. But for the first 2 episodes, it was utilized well, if I can put it that way. And it felt relevant or like purposeful to the larger story. And therefore, that's why I'm giving it 9.4. But I'll have to see. I did like the commandments puzzle almost. I wonder why, out of everyone, the weakest guy was the one to put that together. Like, not even the leader guy. No one thought... Even the guy that was studying religion or something, he didn't think at the beginning to, well, there are commandments, let's not break them. It was the MC. So I wonder if there's like a reason behind that. That would be kind of cool. If it was not just a happy accident that he happened to figure things out. But I guess it might be because he was the only one that could remain calm because he's been in life or death situations a lot before, whereas the others are kind of cocky. What was really impressive was how he was able to think under such pressure. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Why was he the only one? Probably because he's the only one that has been in actual life or death situations before. For the rest of them, it's overwhelming because they've never been close to death as he has multiple times. I love that Jinwoo actually uses his head this episode while everyone freaks out and panics. He may be the weakest, but at least he's not stupid. A little stupid in the last episode, but... I remember comments from last week saying that we're viewers and that's why we can see certain flags, but we shouldn't expect them to see certain flags. But it wasn't about seeing flags. There is a literal rule in this world. 10 years ago, a gate opens up and brings monsters into your world. And now you're kind of figuring things out as you go along. But there's a rule that says if it's a rare thing that happens, if a tunnel opens up after, do not wait. And they were like, nah, we're not going to wait because then they're going to get all the good stuff. There were signs that was very clear, readable. Like if I don't know if ever any one of you has ever, like my dad's a train driver for big truck with hundreds of trucks behind it, pulling. Like there are certain things, people that are work in the mining industry. Hanku's dad, he was a manager on a mine. Shit, you stick to the rules, otherwise shit happens. You put your toe one step out of line, a freaking door crushes your foot. You know what I'm saying? Like these kinds of things. There are rules in place, safety rules for a reason. This is it wasn't because I'm a viewer that I was saying, oh no, this is not a smart choice. It was very dumb. I mean, think about it. There were half of the people said, no, let's not go. Half of them had the sense that this is not a smart idea. So how can you tell me as a viewer, oh, well, the only reason you knew it was dangerous was because you're a viewer and you can see the signs? Like, no, half of them saw the signs. You just don't do shit like that. And these kinds of, I mean, for me in my mind, they are like minors. But imagine if aliens come to our world and now we have to, I don't know, they bring volcanoes from other planets and plant them, and now we have to go down in the volcanoes and mine them for the aliens. Like, it's you should be careful. Like, you know, there's a reason why rules are set up, because we only know so much. This is a dangerous job. We're trying to work with the aliens. We don't really understand their ways. So if something out of the ordinary happens, maybe we should stay back and let bigger, stronger professionals handle it. That's not a surprising... It sounds like you're talking about Scientology, aliens, volcanoes. Well, you know. I was talking about Satanism earlier, so, you know, I like reading about stuff. Actually, what were we watching? Was it Batman? Yeah, we were watching Batman, and we were talking about the lady in Batman, and then she married... We went on a whole tangent because she married Tom Cruise, and then... For a week, I was like, oh my God, what is Scientology? And I was listening to videos of that one lady talking to Joe Rogan. She was getting out of it, and she was kind of like exposing a lot of how it works. And I was like, yeah, there's some weird shit going on in the world. But if you think about it, a lot of religious texts, when you take it out of context, it sounds weird. I remember there was this lady from Ghana. She's a doctor, and people tried to like discredit her work because she's a Christian, and she believes like, I don't know, in Jonah and the Whale, let's say, where he got... And they're like, oh, she believes these crazy things. But, like, your religion is your religion. It's... But, yeah, aliens and volcanoes and Scientology is up there with weird things to believe. Like, wow. Sorry if there are any Scientologists out there, you know. This is just a test of your faith. Even if I think it sounds crazy, you know the truth. That's why training and drills are so important. So when something bad happens, the training and rules take over. Yes, that kind of you create the neural pathway training so that your brain just switches over to autopilot and knows exactly what to do because your conscious brain is freaking out, man. They should have just left it to the professionals, but whatever. I think that episode was very good. 9.4 for sure. I can see why people would give it a 10 out of 10, though, especially manga readers seeing it come to life. I'm not going to say manhwa every time. If I say manga, just forgive me. My mouth is trained to say manga and not manhwa. So, yes, it was Leia Remini. And I still want to watch Kings and Queens or whatever because of her. She looks like such a cool person. That's actually what I like, because they knew it was wrong and it might kill them, but they got greedy, and that's a human thing for sure. Yes, but my point was that I was calling it out, and some people were saying to me, I'm only able to see that because I'm a viewer and I know what. So I wasn't talking about them doing it as if that was wrong for the story. I was addressing the people in the last comment section who were telling me that the only reason I knew that they were making a bad decision was because I can see the signs as a viewer. But that's not true. The people in there, half of them had some sense, and the other half were greedy. King of Queens. I didn't ever watch much of it, so I don't know if it's any good. I hope to watch it one day, but yeah. Before I ramble any more off topic, I'm going to end the video because it is getting pretty long, and I'm not sure if these reactions need to be 22 minutes or less. I've been struggling with some copyright issues, but so far, as long as it's shorter than that, it's been staying up on YouTube. So, okay, but yeah, see you guys next week. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next.